I was experimenting some more with this Bible software last night, and I was able to download some more stuff. I downloaded some Bible versions. I downloaded some commentaries. I downloaded some dictionaries, some maps, all kinds of stuff. Haven't really gotten a chance to experiment with everything, but I was thinking this morning about Genesis chapter 3:20, and I just did a little bit of a little study on it. Said, well, how could she be the mother of all living? If she was actually the mother of all who were born in, trespasses and sins. And I reflected on that for a few moments, and then I said, you know what? I said, Adam was issuing a prophecy. He was using prophetic metonymy. And metonymy is a figure of speech, but prophetic metonymy is when something pertaining to a later subject is spoken of as pertaining to the earlier subject. So it happens in prophecy all the time. Isaiah chapter 7, the prophecy of Emmanuel, is a good example. But here the Lord is saying, or actually Adam is saying, Holy Spirit's saying through Adam, that Eve is the mother of all living. Of course, he's looking forward. Eve is a type of the New Jerusalem, the heavenly Jerusalem, who is the mother of us all. And that, of course, the New Jerusalem is bringing forth children unto resurrection life. So it's a prophecy, really. Adam was the first prophet. One of these days, I'm going to go through. The early chapters of Genesis, and because there's a lot of theological meat in those chapters. But if you go to Revelation chapter 12, you'll see where that prophecy is fulfilled. Here, the heavenly Jerusalem is in travail. There's birth pangs. Those birth pangs bring forth the church in resurrection life. I think it's a parallel. I think it's parallel with 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 at least. But it looks back to Isaiah chapter 66. Isaiah chapter 66. Let's see. In verse 8, where who hath heard such a thing, who hath seen such things, shall a lamb be born in one day? Shall a nation be brought forth at once? For as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth her children. So there you go. There you go. See what John Gill says about that. Let's see what John Gill says about that. John Gill was a partial preterist, so he can't be accused of being, against preterism. So he says, was ever such a thing heard of? Yet this will be the case of the Jews in the latter day, when they shall be all converted and saved, and which shall be done suddenly and at once. So, there you go, John Gill. But it all looks back to Genesis chapter 3. Genesis chapter 3, it says, one of the punishments was punishment of the woman was, verse 16, talking about birth pangs, talking about sorrow, that the tribulation will bring forth, will issue in the salvation of all Israel. These concepts, they interweave. They're not isolated concepts where you can say, well, this passage is, isolated from this, and, they all kind of weave together. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Started the morning with a simple, easy Bible study, but it's through the help of this software, I think there's a lot of tools here. I think it's got a lot of potential to do like longer, podcasts. But I guess I'll end it with that, and I'll be back. I'll have another cup of coffee. I'll be back. I'll try to do an audio podcast this morning, something a little bit more coherent. But that's pretty much it. So have a great Friday, and I'll talk to you soon.